Hi, my name's Christopher Manousos, and I'm the Artistic Director of House and Body. I'm also the Director and Dramaturge of the Playwright Initiative, a program developed to support writers who are experimenting with the form of playwriting. Through this program, writers were given one-on-one dramaturgy sessions and a series of workshops with actors before we filmed these excerpts of their work.
Hello, my name is Owen Boucher. I use he, him pronouns, and I am an actor and writer from Hamilton, Ontario, which rests on Treaty 3. Mirror Ball, a queer anthology of longing, is a one-act-long series of two-hander scenes that gives a voice to the loneliness and shame that occurs when queer men across time and space attempt to connect with each other. At turns raucously satirical and quietly tender, this serial comedy dives headfirst into sex, Shakespeare, outer space, and the beyond. My piece came from being a queer and autistic man who wanted to explore the full expansiveness of queer masculinity by experimenting with theatrical conventions.
Mirror Ball, a queer anthology of longing by Owen Boucher. Selected scenes for House and Body's Playwrights Initiative. Notes on casting or staging. Mirror Ball is written as a two-hander piece, and it absolutely can be played as such, but it can also be performed by a company of 4, a company of 6, of 12, and so forth. The only firm rule is that no matter how many people are cast or who performs each scene, the company should represent the full spectrum and intersectionalities of queer masculinity. Not everything is literal. Make the staging very minimalist and very intimate. Except for a lone disco ball hanging above the stage, always sparkling, always twirling.
Scene 1, present day. In the darkness, the sounds of people stepping in time, air horns, noisemakers, etc. A club remix of I'll Be Seeing You by Billie Holiday starts blasting over the speakers. It should make the audience jump a little with its abruptness. A chant starts, first like a whisper until it's a full-throated scream. Lights up on two 23-year-old men faced towards the theatrical audience. One wears a perfectly fitted leather harness, a leather jacket, and couture black cargo joggers. The other wears a graphic tee of two cowboys fucking under a denim Sherpa jacket. The harnessed one yells into a megaphone facing downstage as if the audience is the protest crowd, while the other stands proudly beside him.
Y'all already know why the fuck we're here today, gays, and if you don't, you're gonna know! Do you know why we're here?
He motions to the theatrical audience to react. They likely won't.
Yeah, we do.
I said, do you fucking know why we're here, Church Street?
Theatrical audience should cheer more tentatively.
Yeah, y'all know who we are. As one of the representatives of Commies for Queers, Toronto's premier virtually founded queer coalition for radical queers from any background, I'm so proud to be here today to fuck some shit up in person for the very first time on this glorious day that sure means the world to some of us here, yeah. Yeah, I see you gays all the way back there. I see you loud and clear. But this day doesn't mean the same thing to some of us as it means to all of us. For some of us, this day just reminds us of everything wrong with the current state of politics. For some of us, pride in Toronto does not give us pride. No, I look around and I think personally, what the hell happened to the days of pride as a riot? What the hell happened to the days of brutality in order to get what we want? What happened to fighting? And when I found Commies for Queers in its first days on Instagram, I was so relieved when I found out I wasn't the only gay man who was looking back to and deeply inspired by the actions of the brave gay men who threw those first bricks at Stonewall and were ready to fuck some shit up. I wanted to fuck some shit up. And that's why we are here today in the middle of Church Street between the floats provided by the bank and by the Canadian Armed Forces, and we haven't stopped. You wanted a disruption? Then fucking take this disruption, yeah! We aren't like some of you faggots who just care about clubbing and sucking cock. And we aren't like you faggots who only have ambitions of getting married by the state and moving into condos. We, at Commies for Queers, are fully aware of our collective privileges that we hold. And we intend to bolster those privileges and our voices to fix the current state of neoliberal, palatable, boring, unintellectual, and downright complicit queerness once and for all. No matter what it takes. As I said, We aren't going anywhere, and we don't plan to go anywhere anytime soon. No matter how much the supporting queers experiencing houselessness float down the road keeps cursing at us, I implore them to take what the fuck we have to say! We know a lot of you gays here won't be with us. But can I fucking hear some screams from who the fuck is?
The protest crowd cheers wildly, breaking into another chant as the protest leader grabs Denim Sherpa Jacket by the throat and passionately makes out with him. They rapidly yell at each other with elated joy, attempting to hear the other over the roar of the crowd.
Was that good?
Yes, it was great.
Was it too much, too little?
I don't think you can ever be too much. Very Harvey Milk of you.
I was hoping I was more Larry Kramer due to the aggressive energy, but I'll take Harvey Milk.
Who's to say you can't be both?
You say the darndest things.
I'd say you're doing a pretty good job taking over while Victoria's at their drag brunch. You definitely look the part.
He adoringly pulls himself into the other's arms.
That is, until we can get home and I can take these off.
What is it?
Nothing. I just think you're really cool.
Yeah.
Duh, I'm dating the golden boy of the revolution.
That's very sweet of you to say.
I'm on cloud 9 with you. I could really live like this forever.
And so you should.
He plants a kiss on his cheek, which is almost immediately registered as abnormal.
Is everything okay?
Oh yeah, I'm doing great. Just nervous about this sit-in, you know?
It's running really smoothly so far, so I think we'll be just fine.
Yeah. Can I?
Like, you should be very, very, very proud of yourself for what you've done. I'm proud of you, babe.
God, you're so sweet.
Wait, I cut you off, didn't I?
You did, yes.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, it's okay. We're
You know that I'm just gonna wait until you tell me.
What I wanted to say was annoying.
I'm sure it won't be as annoying as you think. What is it?
Well, I am really happy here at the point in my life that I'm at right now.
Good. You deserve it. You deserve to feel that way.
I didn't finish. I'm happy with how my life is going, but that being said, I don't know if you're going to be in it in this context we have right now.
As he hears this, his heart quietly shatters, and he tries desperately not to have it scan across his face.
Oh.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. You are absolutely great.
You said in this context?
Yes, romantically, or I guess any context. I meant to say I don't see you being a part of my life anymore. You are so great. You're so great and funny and kind. And the sex is fucking fantastic. But I'm moving up in the organization.
The one that I joined with you. For you.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a lot of work, babe, and I don't know how much I can juggle.
No, yeah, that's fair. I guess. Is this why you, like, basically ignored me when we went to the club with our friends a couple weeks ago? And didn't hold my hand once that night?
Oh my god, baby, not at all. But if I'm being honest.
Which you should be.
I've known for a while we may not end up together.
You what?
This keeps getting worse for him. He's slowly losing his veneer.
How long have you known? How long? Answer me.
4.5 months?
4.5 months? We've been together for a year and you've been hemming and hawing for 4.5 months?
Well, what happened?
Oh, be my guest and tell me exactly what happened.
When we started out, it was really nice. You were like this break from our reality, and us together felt like some queer liberatory fantasy, and I like living in that. Being able to take you on dates and talk about politics, and then go home and fuck you, because it felt like a way of living that was akin to our queer elders. And you joined Commies for Queers when I told you about it, and you'd sleep over at my apartment after meetings, and we'd go to the clubs with my comrades afterwards and discuss points from the meetings while on the dance floor. It was a real queer commune, straight from like the 70s or 80s, but in the present day, how wonderful is that? But I don't know. Things started moving from just the fantasy into monogamy. And it stopped being a queer liberatory fantasy and more of a queer relationship without political intent. I really, really do like you. Don't get that wrong. I think that I need time to figure out how to keep living this life I'm setting up for myself. Oh, I'm really sorry, babe. That's a lot, isn't it?
Objectively, none of that made any fucking sense.
I know that hearing...
I was a political fantasy to you? What does that even mean? Do I not get the dignity of a human being? And what does that mean that our relationship had intent outside of being a relationship? That makes it sound like you never liked me for me at all. Not to mention the implications.
Baby, there were no implications.
Did you just want to be adored?
Would there be something wrong with that?
Yes! There's something wrong with that when it's been your intent for 4.5 months.
Listen, I really am sorry.
And why would you break up with me here? You realize that's kind of cruel.
I thought it might be a fitting end to this chapter of our relationship.
I'm not even gonna bother unpacking the end of that sentence. So now what? Are you gonna leave?
Well, I can't leave. I'm about to be the vice president of Commies for Queers, and my entire eligibility for that position is counting on this sitting going well. I kind of have to be there for it.
So I guess I'm going then.
Oh, no. You can't go either.
I can leave?
No!
Why the fuck not?
Okay, 2 reasons. 1, for the counter protest to work, there has to be a sizable amount of people disrupting the parade. 2, if you walk out of a protest, it looks bad on you, like you don't care about it.
I care a lot.
You said it yourself. You joined Commies for Queers for me, not because of the greater cause.
I can't care about both?
You know, I think this is just another reason why this is not gonna work out.
What do you mean? Why's that?
I just think that politically, we're on different levels of understanding.
Great. So you think I'm stupid?
Maybe I would never call you stupid. You're not, but like.
Fuck you.
No.
You're going to say to me that you think we're on a different level of political understanding? You've got some fucking gall.
Well, you were always hesitant to engage in our discussions at the meeting.
That's because we're reading 600-page tomes of dense text about communism. That's a gigantic ass.
It's not if you're really in it for the long run.
It still is. Just a little bit. Like, I understand the importance
Karl
of...
Marx is not just important. He is one of the greatest thinkers we have ever had.
My God, you deep throat Karl Marx if you could. As if he wasn't also a raging racist.
That was just the time he was living in.
And we've never read anything but Karl Marx. No Andre Lore, no Leslie Feinberg, no Spivak. A whole lot of white men, though.
Wait, you know who those are?
Jesus Christ, you're so fucking solipstick. Yes, I know who those are. Are you happy?
Actually, yeah. Because now I know you'll be fine without me.
That's what you're taking away from this.
What should I be taking away from this? You are not telling me what you want.
Yes, I am. I've been telling you the whole time. I'm so full of love for you that it's tearing out of me. Is that not blisteringly clear to you? I want to make us work. You're the one that's never let me inside. Not ever. Not even once.
There was that one time, but...
Go choke on your microphone for all I care. For someone so revolutionary, you're also the most chronically online person I've ever met.
At least I can say that I'm online.
Genuinely, that's not the flex you think it is.
Right. You never knew what was going on in the world until you knew me.
Do you hear how you sound right now? You are not an encyclopedia, nor are you the voice of the streets. You studied abroad in fucking London for a year, and it barely cost you a cent.
And so did you. You studied Shakespeare.
You're literally a saxophone major.
Oh, and saxophone majors can't be activists?
God, that isn't the point.
Someday you'll look back on this and realize that we could actually be really good friends. You're the one that can only view love within a romantic, monogamous structure.
Fuck this, I'm leaving.
I told you can't. You are not going.
What? What are you gonna do, stop me?
He's blocked from leaving.
I didn't actually mean it.
Don't go.
I'm leaving right now, and I've had enough.
No, you fucking aren't.
Starts chasing him around like a child.
Stop it, now.
Getting tackled to the ground.
What is wrong with
My
you?
protest has to work.
Putting him in a headlock.
Don't fucking go.
I said get the fuck off.
Pushing himself out of the headlock and away. They stare at each other.
What the fuck?
I did what I had to do.
He strides off and exits. Left alone, the frenzy of the protest seems to surround him until they're on their knees, crying in the middle of it all. This morphs into...
Scene 2, 1929. A jazz speakeasy in the Prohibition age. A band sits on stage and plays Billie Holiday's I'll Be Seeing You, one on the saxophone and the other on the keys. The pianist plays a grand jazz scale with finesse, which is followed by a blowing of a high note on the saxophone. From across the stage, they glance at each other. They smile. This morphs into...
Scene 3, 59-7. Backstage to the Current Theatre in London, England. The sounds of bustling backstage action and the rowdy audience waiting for the show can be heard all around. A man in their early to mid-20s sits backstage in their Elizabethan costume, waiting impatiently for someone.
Well, come on. Let's see how you look.
No! I don't want to come out. Stop asking me.
Only if you stop being a pain. The show's about to begin in 10 minutes.
No, I will not.
Get yourself out from behind there, now.
I already told you I'm not coming out.
He walks over and attempts to pull the curtain open. They struggle with it for a little bit.
I don't want you to look at me.
My boy, we're about to see each other on stage for 2 hours, along with the rest of our company and the entire audience out there, mind you. We're all going to be looking at you for a long time.
Oh, that is not any better.
But it's the truth. May as well get over it now.
I don't want to do it.
He stops pulling the curtain.
Come again?
I don't want to play the girl.
You what?
I said I do not want to play the girl. I don't. It's unbecoming.
I agree.
Piss off.
Do you know what's really unbecoming? Being inadequate at the job you were hired for. Besides, there isn't anything wrong with playing the girl. Many actors have made very respectable careers out of playing women. Think of Edward Kinniston.
Yes, I know it's a sensible course of career, but I'm no Kinniston. Just ask the stagehands for their opinion.
Boy, there's a reason they're stagehands and not on the stage. Simply ignore them.
It's hard to ignore them when I can very clearly see them leering at me in the wings during the scene on the parapet. They've started to put their third fingers through the holes in their trousers and wag them back and forth.
Oh, that's quite funny.
Can you stop it? They want me to feel emasculated, and they're doing it very well.
That's a foolish worry to have now when we've been through weeks of rehearsal.
Maybe it's just occurring to me now. I haven't exactly had prior experience.
I have to say, I will never understand how Lord Chamberlain could have had enough trust in your ability to have beseeched you for this part. You were a member of the children's company, yes?
I was, yes, but I...
How is that so? You've been an absolute ass this entire process, not to mention how stilted you are with your
Well,
lines.
Chamberlain's asked a lot of me. I never thought he'd cast me in this right out of the company. I'm more used to playing Celia.
You're quite simply a disservice to the company you're carrying on the back of your shoulders. You're a leading part.
He just wants to watch me flop around on stage like a fish and die.
Clearly, you're as foolish as a young girl, too.
No!
I was jesting.
Well, stop jesting then!
It's not my fault that you look like that of a young woman on the verge of maidenhood.
He slowly opens the curtain and steps out, revealing a boy player in their very late teens wearing a full female Elizabethan costume. It's a bit garish, but sublime at the same time.
Thank you?
It's a compliment.
He becomes flustered and starts blushing before trying to hide it.
Now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks,
I thought you were playing the part of Romeo, not my nurse.
I'm permitted to know the other words in the show. Indeed, it helps your performance to know the rest of the show, which I doubt that you do. Everyone else knows the words. Hell, even the audience out there knows the words, but you don't know them. You don't know how this works.
You shouldn't know the other words when it'll make you so bold.
So you call me bold then?
Maybe only a bold actor of the stage, and nowhere else. I've heard rumors about what your life entails of off stage that are of poorer taste.
Oh, the gall you have.
I'm not the only one who acts and looks like a young woman, apparently. Well, maybe not looks in your case.
And I'm bold.
Perhaps maybe we both are.
I know you were joking, and I admit to having deserved it, but I won't confirm or deny to you the true state of my supposed bad fortune off stage.
I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to...
I know you didn't. Sometimes there are excerpts of information that are best kept or are meant to stay unsaid. I hope you understand.
I believe I do.
Good.
Tell me something honestly. Do you think I'm equipped to play Juliet?
You really are nervous, aren't you? Yes, I do. I would jest, but I wouldn't lie to you, my boy.
Thank you.
But you are far too stiff and nervous to let the language unveil you like it's supposed to. This is physical work. The great chain of being the four humors, the body is everywhere we look. Everywhere we go, and acting in its purest form is inconceivably connected to all of that. You cannot do what needs to be done if you're afraid to let the words do what they need to do.
I haven't allowed myself to imagine that...
Get out of your head. It's just me on stage there with you. It's just me. It's holy.
Would you help me?
Help you with what?
Can we rehearse one of the scenes? Right now. We don't have to stage it, we can just recite the lines. I know we don't have much time, but we might have enough.
Scene 4, 1996, a red room in a bathhouse dimly lit with fluorescent red, steam filling the space. Out of the fog, we can barely make out someone who has come onto the stage stark naked. He finds someone, bends him over a bench, and begins thrusting into him from behind. From over the bench, he runs his hands over the body, thrusting into him, twisting his neck so they're able to kiss. This morphs into...
Scene 5, 2016. A university dorm room. A sophomore and a junior smash their mouths into each other, hands flying towards buckles and strings and reaching under garments, devouring each other whole. The sophomore pushes the junior down onto the bed, crawling on top of him and starts to undo his belt.
Jesus fuck.
You like that, don't you?
Yes, I do. Put your hands here.
The junior grabs the sophomore's hands and puts them on the small of his back.
Just like that.
He kisses them on the neck in return, before pulling away to pull their belt out of the loops. The sophomore chuckles to himself.
You know, I never done this before.
What? You've never had sex?
Oh, fuck no, I've had sex before.
He pulls off the junior's pants and starts kissing his thighs.
I mean, I've never done this with a boy before.
He dives a hand underneath the junior's underwear, eliciting a moan from him.
Is that good, baby?
Shit, that's so... That's... cool.
He goes for the sophomore's belt loops, unbuckling his belt and kissing his neck.
Ooh, less teeth.
What?
Less teeth on my neck, it's a sensitive
He
region.
bites down, hard.
Oh, fuck, do that again.
The junior bites down again and uses the other's moment of weakness to flip him onto his back.
You're so fucking pretty.
I've been with a guy before.
What?
Well, you said that you never been with a boy before, and
You decided to volunteer that information.
you said...
I thought it was funny. Just thought it was funny. Can we move this along?
Yeah.
Kisses down the sophomore's body, eventually nestling himself between their thighs and pulling him closer towards him.
We gotta get these jeans off. I think I've been with like 5 or
Okay,
6.
whoa, you don't gotta keep telling me this stuff, and I don't even believe you.
Why don't you believe me?
Why would I?
Whilst the junior pulls off his jeans,
Did you name all of them? All the, I'm presuming imaginary guys you've been with?
I don't want to answer that question.
Why not?
Okay. There was Dwayne.
No fucking way you had sex with Dwayne before. Listen, can we just keep going?
he flips the other boy onto his back, subverting the power dynamic again, and bites down on his side.
Oh, yes. Please, fuck me. Right now.
I plan to.
He flips the junior onto his stomach and pulls down his underwear, revealing his bare ass. He moans as the sophomore starts to crawl on top of him, and just as he starts eating his ass,
I'm sorry. Can I just say something? I think it's weird that you brought that up. I didn't like it, and it's made me self-conscious.
while eating ass,
Dude, there's different connotations to me having never fucked a boy than you saying you've been with lots of guys. I don't know how else to explain this to you. Like, what does that even mean? Are you some chaser then? Is it a fetish you have?
No, it's not a fetish.
Never had sex with a guy before?
I've done it a lot. I've always fucking guys. In fact, I've also never fucked a guy before.
pulls its head out of the junior's ass.
Which makes you a perverse chaser.
The junior starts to stammer.
Well, maybe you're one too.
Really?
Okay, so how many guys with have you been with then?
It doesn't work like that, and I also had. Listen, I brought it up more to myself, like a thought to myself. I was saying out loud, not as something that would offend you, but clearly it has.
I just don't get it.
There's nothing wrong with me choosing not to sleep with people who resemble the figureheads that decided that people like me are lesser than people like you.
For what?
I wasn't going to at first, but sure, let's fucking go there.
Blackout.